Good
morning, mate. How are you?
thinking.
That's good. All right. Morning, Tony. How are we all? Morning, Adelaide. Annie, Locke. Good to see you, Locke. Alrighty. So, yesterday, let's do a little recap. Yesterday, I was hoping that we're going to bounce down yesterday, but it never got. That was actually the low of the day. London just pushed up, straight up, tried to take a little trade in here, thinking that was a rejection from this little order block over here. Price was just sort of hesitating, didn't like the look of it, ended up closing it. Realized I'd missed the buys by that stage, so this had nothing to do then. Didn't do anything for the rest of the session. Took a buy over in New York session though. Once we had all of this doing nothing, then we had the GDP news and unemployment news came out. We had a little push up, and I took a buy around 2 o'clock. So where was it? On about here. It was about here that I took a buy. And for pushed up, I just thought, yep, beauty. You know, we just need to break above this. Came back down, retested the entry. Then we started driving up, and I was in this trade for like 5 hours. 5 hours, we moved about 39 pips. So my entry was my entry was a little bit higher than here. My entry was just under 18,500. And yeah, got after all that, and then we started pulling back down again. I ended up just closing this trade because it was a slug. It was really, really awful when it was getting close to the end of the day. Didn't want to hold that. So that was it for yesterday. It was just slow as. Then price, I do like though that when we did launch up over here on the 30-minute, this is yesterday, yeah. So when during the London Open we did push up and leave in this gap here. So what we did yesterday was just really, really slow, but now we've left this little bit of a FVG over here. So I thought maybe this is going to be an interesting level for us to take a buy from. It's already come back down to that area though in the Asian session, so that was really annoying. If I drag this across, you see, swept it perfectly. Wasn't awake to take that, and then since then we've pushed and pushed and pushed. Now we've probably moved around 80 pips since that level. So now I've got to, because I'm not in anything, need to wait and see what we're going to do. So I wouldn't mind seeing price. I wouldn't mind, like I'd like to be trading up in this area. That's kind of my preferred preference, because like I do like between this zone, if like we've got these clean candles over here on the way down, and do just want to get see if we can get above here. I'm keeping an open mind though, because I know there's a lot of work to be done for it to get up this high, and the trend at the moment we're been coming down. So we've had that like liquidity generation, and then we swept it, took out this little FEG over here, and then we just dropped pretty significantly. Now we've got areas that could be problems over here, and then over here. So we could easily drive down lower, or we could actually drive up higher from here. We're kind of, I think everything's sort of priced in as balance right now. So the catalyst that we have today is a clear one, and it's going to be this over here. It's going to be core PCE. So this is, core PCE in the US. And we've also got core CPI in the Eurozone. So we've got a very clear catalyst today, or two catalysts. So inflation, they're both inflation measures. CPI, Consumer Price Index, and PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditure. Both of these will move the market, and I believe now this is where price is what the price is waiting for, which is good because it's nice when we've got a very key news events. It's very nice. When there's no news, we need to find that catalyst, and it could be something that someone says, which is a little bit more annoying to find. We've got some French CPI about to come out in 5 minutes, so that shouldn't move it too much. We had a little bit of German. So what happened at 7 o'clock? 7 a.m. we spiked up into this zone again. This zone's been proving troublesome. There was resistance all on Wednesday. Yesterday we sort of briefly dipped above it before falling away again. Each day lately, we've been we've been getting some weird movement around this time, like in the last like 1 to 2 hours of the daily close. So this candle, at 9 o'clock on the dot, we dropped like just a big movement for like that right then. And then, so that's just after the market, the US indexes, once they closed, there was some more reportings for some like minor businesses. No major ones, but I guess they might have had a little bit of an impact. And we had the same thing yesterday. I think it was like, who was it? Best Buy, yeah. Yeah, some other like earnings. You can look for them, but like not mega cap. But there has been some earnings, and they've been more like consumer spending companies, which have shown weakness in the US. All right, so looking ahead, what we want to see. Just let me tidy this up a little bit. So I've had this gap that's already been raided. We've created a little bit of, we've had a big spike up, so we've got a little bit of resistance in this red zone. Don't need to draw anything here, but we've got a little issue here. This is where price left from. Okay, to push up, we had a little rejection. We've got a little bit of liquidity over these areas. So we've got multiple like little layers over here. So it's not that great. Not that great. I guess what I want to see, if we should trade away from this wick when London Open comes in, is that we should be respecting this wick. And I'd like to see London sort of create a bit of a support, like another bullish candle. If we can create a bullish candle, I push down, have a little bullish candle, and then if we get something that's actually closing below that bullish candle, then I think we can slowly make our way down. But we're trading in a very tight range, so I guess there's going to be a lot more emphasis on waiting for that. It's going to be too late for me to wait, so I'm going to try to find a smaller time frame trade. But if you can wait until core CPI to come out, that'll probably give you a much clearer indication where price is going to go. Or the alternate is that this candle that's going to have the French CPI in it creates a little resistance candle, and that if we can actually close above this, We'll look to close above it. And then we can look to target this wick and potentially move up to this area. So I do like this zone as well.
And the the GDP numbers coming in spot on just means that we're not affected by that in the slightest. We're just looking at technical, overall, fundamental and technical structure.
Say that again, buddy.
Sorry, I'm just saying that because the GDP numbers came in flat, does that mean that we're still not really sure about overall bias? I mean, we're still in weekly bullish, but
yeah, when when the news came out here, this is when this was this the news? Yeah, this was the news candle. So when the news came out here yesterday, they were kind of like, I guess they were like, we could see that there was definitely they were definitely just waiting for it to see. There's no real movement, and then it all came in broadly in line with expectations. So it pushed up initially because it was still, I think this rally, this little mini rally, was more that, look, the GDP came in low. This forecast was 1.3 for all week until Wednesday. Then Wednesday it dropped to 1.2. So it came in the same as forecast, the old forecast number, and then they revised it down slightly lower. But it's still a drop from previous quarters. So it does show that signs that the economy is slowing. So I think that gave a little boost to the market. So bad news is good news kind of effect. But because it was broadly in line with expectation, it wasn't really much of a surprise. It was mostly priced in. So then it just sort of fell back again, and now we're just staying in the same area. So we've had a little fake out to the top, little fake out to the bottom. So it's all pretty much as they were expecting. So no net new impulse into the market. So now we're looking ahead to the next thing, which is going to be today's. That makes sense. Like it was just nothing. There was no real surprises here or there. We didn't even really have Fed speakers yesterday, did we? I don't believe I saw any Fed speakers. Oh, till Bostic came in. Yeah, that was it. I think all the others. Oh, there's Fed Williams. He was speaking at 5:05. Probably saying, the exact same thing. Just we should hike, but we're not going to hike. But we should cut, but we're not going to cut. That kind of stuff. Yeah, we didn't even see like the yields. If we look at the yields, they're kind of like flatlined as well. So we're kind of rangy here. Morning, Ivan, Anas, OS, Pranaya. Okay, so we had the French CPI just now. Came in low. French spending declined. So bad news. Bad news is good news. What's your bias, guys? What you looking for?
I think the overall higher time frame trend is down, but I think we're starting to form a little bit of bullish structure at the bottom here with the 4 hours closed above the other candles and starting to push up. So I think we're looking for longs, but it's still going to push down again yet. That's kind of my idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Asian low looks like a new higher low, but it hasn't formed a higher high yet, so it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that there's going to be a more long until, like, I think it's still broken structure to the downside, but I still think it's going to retract up higher before it goes short again.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm thinking that the Asian low is going to be a new low. Oh, sorry, a new higher low, and that prices are going to head up back up where your cursor is somewhere to then go short again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I was really hoping we're gonna tap into this area. I was really hoping that London was gonna yesterday. What we were discussing was just gonna open, go straight down to here, and then do this move. That's what I was really wanting to see, because it would have been a good touch of this liquidity zone. Now price, you can see we've had like some steep legs here down. Then we have a little bit of consolidation, and then we had another fairly steep leg, and then we had a little pullback, and then we had a drop, and then we had a little pullback, and then we had a drop, and then we had a push up with a fair value gap inside of here, and then we came down, and then we pushed up. Importantly, we broke the structure high. Yeah. So we've shifted. Now we've come down, Asian session, and I feel like we're creating liquidity now. So what I'd like to see is this.
Yeah.
So sweep this Asian session, grab the liquidity from any buyers that got involved during the Asian session, pick up their liquidity, and then look for that bullishness. And then don't try pick the low. Well, maybe we can try pick the low, but once we can start closing back above, what I'd like to see is a candle that, like a fairly strong candle that pushes down in London, like a sweeper candle, and then have that candle as this to be like an old sell to buy move. Old sell, grab positions, and then we push back above. We close above that candle, and then that candle then acts as the support for us to push up, retest New York high, retest this previous resistance, and then see if we can actually do some damage into this zone. So that's kind of what I think that's what I'm going to go for today.
I quite like that. The 4-hour rejection candle, the open of the Asian session. Like, I quite like that big wick.
This red one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm sort of taking my guidance from that.
Yeah.
I think that if that's retested and it forms bullish price action, then I would like that. I don't have any reason to think there's any, unless the current 4-hour is a strong manipulation from the upside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like a little bit on the 1 hour, but yeah.
Yeah, I see that in the 4 hour too, Dave.
I mean, the current 4 hour is looking like a rejection too, but
yeah, I like how I do like how this at least took New York high yesterday. Then we've had the pullback. Now I just wanted to sweep this.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. I think that's a nice little idea.
Yeah, and I think that creates a really nice strong low to create a higher high.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, all makes sense.
That's my plan.
There's a nice 1 hour FU that opened on Euro as well.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if it closed a bit higher above the Asian session, but yeah, maybe we'll get that to the next candle.
Yeah. I just hope
if it closed above, it might have continued up.
I hope London does a little bit of this. Hopefully London doesn't just open and go straight up.
Yeah, I was just concerned it's maybe not going to break the low of that 1 hour.
Yeah.
So the Euro low might be as low as it's going to go.
Yeah, it could just create a channel.
Yeah, there's a lot of liquidity already been picked up by that. So
this one.
if you look on the 1 hour, the third candle in Asia,
Yeah, this
there
one.
was strong HCS formed and then a massive liquidity candle.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much is left behind. I think if we touch the Euro low, it might be sufficient.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got Asia 50 as well. Asia 50 has been acting pretty nice this week. If we look at over Not yesterday. Take yesterday out. But this one. This is the kind of thing I'd like to see. And then Asia 50. London opens, sweeps the Euro high. Takes Asia 50, and then we drop. So that was on Wednesday.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, we had timing was a bit off though, but we pushed down, and like the Asia 50 kind of gave some sort of momentum. And then on Monday, the bank holiday, we saw Asia 50 create that little like gave a good like a decent little reaction, and then once we closed above it, that's all history there. But I think Wednesday's the day. This pattern on Wednesday is the one that I want to see today. So we've got 6 minutes until that starts. So something that takes the low, takes the Asia 50, sweeps into this zone, and then hopefully we can push up from here.
You've got no wick on that. The base of that 30, is it?
This one here.
Yeah.
There's no wick. Yeah, that's right.
45.
So then, and also I'd like to see this close as a resistance, like a rejection wick, plus a red candle. And then if I miss the good entry, then I can still trade above here, and then say like this. I don't know where the stop loss would be because I need to see how candles are forming, but it'll be essentially trading something like this range. I just don't know though where I'd be putting my stop loss. If it's under structure, under enough, underneath the candle, depends on how it forms here. But this would be if we get a decent reaction from down here, rejecting, I'd like to see it sort of break up. Or even if it's probably, actually I could probably split my position then. Not go all in on the breakout trade, 'cause I don't like taking the breakout trade. But if it goes and closes up here, I could put like a really low risk position on, and then put a second position to see if it more depends on when the candle's closing. Like if it's closing here near the close of the hour, I don't know if the next candle's just going to create a bottom wick and then go up, or just go straight up. So I could probably just put a low risk position on for a breakout to go up with a wide stop loss, and then also have a bigger position sitting here to see if I can get the pullback. That makes sense?
Yep.
Probably split both entries, because often when you push up here, you get like a decent pullback, and then the second break is the one that gives you that clean move. That's what I'm concerned about, just getting them too early for that breakout. Anyway, so yeah, I'll just put a little idea here. Kind of would like to see it do something like this. Like that. Now, gold's been a killer. Gold's been awesome. I just wish gold moved more consistently during London. Once Maddie goes to care to the nursery, it'll be a bit easier to trade longer. Now, this was a good move yesterday. This is the kind of thing that I like to see. Is you got a nice little, nice big bullish move. You've given this big bullish move. We get that resistance candle. We get like we've got a bit of a gap here. Price comes back, grab an entry here, or if price is closing above that, then you've got clean range up to the top. Love that. That was such an excellent trade yesterday on gold.
That's funny because during Akshay's session, I was finding it actually price action seemed really confused. When you look at it like this on the higher time frame, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing I felt the last 2 days with German's been quite frustrating during the open. Was the 5 minute was really choppy, really messy, and like I'm not sure if people thought that was clear, but it wasn't entirely clear to me yesterday, and then Wednesday as well. Wednesday I felt it was really difficult. Just wasn't working out for me because I can't believe like this is Wednesday dropped, and then I took a loss in here. This one was brutal. Where did I get in? Got in here. This is the trade.
Opens in 50 seconds, by the way.
Oh yeah, sweet. This was the trade that I had. Was this in that time? So annoying, getting stopped out. Like literally, when I looked back at it, I got stopped out by 4 pips. I think it was 4 pips. Because I kept a tight stop loss. It was only like a 12 pip stop or something like that. Price went 16 pips up. And then since then it just melted and melted and melted. So that after that really frustrated me on the Wednesday. Okay, let's have a look. So 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Okay. So the hours just closed. Looked like a nice rejection candle. Jeez. It's kind of like a double negation, isn't it?
Yes.
So for the second break above this level, I think good. Especially if we're like pushing up, coming down, and then extending that high again. It gets dangerous because this is a wick. But once we keep on pushing up into the wick, it's likely to do a wick fill. But I want it to, I would be preferring it to take liquidity. But it's already picked up liquidity as well, so that's the dangerous thing.
Comes with this week.
Just to be clear as well, in case it's misinterpreted. These breakout trades, I want to see it from liquidity being taken. I don't want to just take the London Open, pushing up, jumping into it, because I think that's pretty risky trading first time, because this is liquidity as well. So price could, it could easily just shoot right up. But it's not the way. Well, I'm looking for a liquidity grab first. So anyone can...
You can ask whether considering cowboy sells.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm going to try sell to the buy. Yeah, I'm going to do it. All right. I'm gonna try sell this down. Move this other way because these will be for later. I'm going to trade away from that wick and then see if we can get that rejection from here, and then I'll become interested once we see that rejection. Come on. I want this to break through here. Once we break through here, I think we get a good, clean little move. So I'll be looking for something like this. Something like this. Once we break this support candle. I feel like if this is the liquidity grab, it's just the reverse, what I'd want to see. And then once we get, if we get a liquidity grab and we're breaking above, because I want this to candle to create that create a support, then I want it to go down, what I'd like to see, and then take the breakout to go down, and then this gives me that, this is that really clear range then, and then if we close above that, then this idea becomes very valid and we've got the liquidity grab. If it just goes straight up from here, then I'm not going to be able to get the sells and probably not going to get the buys as well. But I'm just going to hope that this is just luring people in.
The trend line liquidities looks so tempting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of.
You mean
Yeah.
this one?
Yeah.
Just to sweep it. Yeah. That'd look
Yeah.
really tasty. Whilst we stay in here, I'm not really interested in trading inside this range. What I want to see is like a support candle broken. Preferably one of the wick as well. I don't really want to take like a no wick candle. Anyway, it's looking like this is going to be invalidated. It's taking this, yeah. Now it's likely to just, bugger. Anyway, don't. Now it's going to make the stop loss too big, so that's not going to work. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to watch the lower time frames with this very little range. Maybe the 15 minutes though, maybe a nice little compromise. Yeah, lately pound US. I think is Bruce Lee here? He is here. It's moving better than German. Much cleaner. It's much smaller pip ranges. Much smaller. But German's been since Wednesday. It's been. Well, yesterday was a clean move. Just I picked the wrong side. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I felt it's been the price action started the week so well. And then it's just been terrible since.
Akshay, what are your thoughts on the 4-hour structural break?
Oh, nice buy on G yesterday if you're a high. Pound US. Buy on GU yesterday off the EU high. Wednesday you mean, Al? This one?
No, yesterday.
On GU, this is yesterday.
So yeah.
Oh, buy. Sorry, you took a buy off. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Off the yeah. That
I got it. Nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, good one. Oh, bugger. It's gonna do it. Yeah, we just want this 30-minute candle to close now. I'm not convinced of sells or buys. I still like to do what I still want to see it take a do a sweep of this liquidity before I'm convinced for the actual buys. When it's sustained inside of this channel, I'm not convinced. So I don't want to take this breakout buy long without the liquidity sweep. But I was hoping that the way that this was looking is that would push down, would create a bullish candle to create that little support, and then we can take this sell. But the problem is that if we are rejecting these highs and we are pushing down and breaking that support, and we're going to go challenge the next support's right here, and then the one after that's just here. So this is where it gets very tight ranges that we're in. The best thing would be having clean candles. I'd really like to see that like here. Like this is, see how this is like clean candles? So that was why I wanted to see price push down into this zone. Preferably not overnight when I was asleep. But if we were able to create a channel like this, and then London can push into this, grab liquidity, then we can go up, that would have been ideal. So no, be patient, be patient. Your short position got triggered from the M5 imbalance. Oh, from here. Any other ideas, guys? Other ones that haven't said anything? What you looking for? Gaps left from Asia. Might be the wrong thing, but I'm going to actually enter that short now. I'm not going to try, just for risk reward, I'm not going to wait for the break of here. I'm going to, hopefully this works out. Just going to keep my stop just above here. I'm going to look for this to sweep now. It's got some problems to get through. So if you don't want to take this, don't. It is risky. But I figured I want to enter close to resistance than support. And I want to at least have some sort of risk reward in my favor. I don't trust the buyers just yet. I'd like to see us take a liquidity grab from here, at least to 50% of Asia. I'd like to see that. And hopefully this is the resistance candle. Kind of got some rejections on the 4 minute. So it's risky, but I want to try and visualize it's going to go down further. Go low risk if anything. because if the market doesn't work out, it can have it. Just 15 pips, low risk. Entry 79.6. Just about here. Because then it makes it easier. Still got a lot to do, but if we do get that sweep then closing above that resistance candle, it makes it easier for buys. But I really would like to see some sort of sweep. Yeah, Ivan, they can save this for later. It's very possible. Very, very possible. Who knows, it could just range as well until 10. till Euro CPI comes in. But I'd like to see price lead the fundamentals. Anyway, we're about... I don't want to say anything. I don't want to jinx it. Come on, keep dropping. Right, this is where it could get dicey if it's respecting the trend line. So I'd hope the volume is there, but I don't trust German because it's been pretty slow. So I could tighten my stop in case we are bouncing. About 10 pips in profit, but I'd like to just see that, yeah, release the liquidity from underneath here. Come on. Come on. If you want to secure a little bit at this point, then that's probably not a bad idea. I'm going to secure a little bit. I'm going to bring my stops. I'm going to trail it. I'm not really too keen on rejections from this zone. If it is rejected and come back to the entry. And the only reason like I don't want to like just move my stop only is because I'm increasing the likelihood that it does come back up. There we are. Beautiful. Cool, so nearly 20 pips. And we've taken we've taken the euro low now. Yeah, very good. That was the main objective, is to at least sweep the euro low. I'd like to get to the Asia 50, but I don't know how low it's going to go. We've got definitely problem areas here. But at least this should... You can't have taken a loss on this one. Cool. Now that we've taken the euro low, now that this has created that resistance, if we can pick up liquidity from down here and we close above resistance, that brings these trades right into contention now. So the second break above, this is what I was saying, I didn't want to take the first break above. I wanted to see a break with a liquidity sweep having done. And then once we break here, then I think we can we can push up. So that's because as well, like if maybe it does just keep on going down and down and down. So this trade, I'm not going to close full, but I will close probably the majority of it and then leave a runner just in case it does keep on running. Otherwise, I'm going to hope that we're going to do a switch first, and then we can close above resistance a second time, and then we can look to go long. And then the 4-hour candle will have, or even the 3-hour candle, this one, we've taken the low of this, and then we start pushing bullish. I think that would be really, really nice to see. Because I want to feel this is a rejection wick. So this is the order block. We've had a breaker structure. We had the liquidity generation. We've had this sweep. We sweep into this, and then we break above, and then we push up. But there's a chance that this is just a lower high, and we keep on going down. So I'm going to leave a runner of my trade, but the bulk of it will be closed out. Because I want to go for the longs as well. Well, you should be around 20 pips in profit if you entered around where I did.
19.4.
Ah, there we are. Beautiful.
Stop the break even.
Yeah, leave it just a bit above the high. Wait, above here, above the wick. In case it does come back. Daddy's a winner today. Daddy was a loser yesterday. Good one. All right. Who took this one? Who else took it?
Yeah,
I took the first loss and then didn't take the second win.
Where was the first one?
Well, I also got in thinking it would sweep straight down.
Oh, from here.
Sort of, yeah, a bit higher up. And then of course I had my strict stop loss about, say, here.
Oh, shoot.
I think I entered about here when it was coming back up and it looked like I was hesitating. Yeah.
Oh, very tight stop. That's all right. Tight stop, though. So
Well,
that
it was really low risk, like 0.25%. And I just thought, well, if it's breaking up into here, then maybe it's just going to go up. So I thought, oh, it's all right. I'll leave my stop where it is.
1 second. Yeah, the reason I didn't want, I was pretty against taking buys on the breakout because this, that just looked, you know, looked really nasty. When I see that, I am wondering if that's like VWAP or TWAP as liquidity. When it does something like that and then pushes down. It's kind of like equal, like really equal size candles, and then doing something like this.
Sliced orders.
Yeah, and then it pushes down, and then that's when it deactivates because it's like it's too far away from price, and then that's liquidity now. And then when price pushes up into that, quite often I see a rejection, or if it just bounces straight through it, then that becomes a support. You agree with that, Bruce Lee?
Yeah, yesterday that's what it did in New York. PM went up, and then went down to the top, and then rejected, went up again, and came down eventually.
Tony, you took the sell, 18 pips.
But
excellent, mate. Go on, sorry, Bruce.
Yeah, but usually it always goes to the top in New York, the PM session.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes makes some strange move.
So I don't understand this indicator. I'll have to get you to talk me through it. Do you use this one, the TWAP points?
Yeah.
Ah, look at this. All right, guys, this is where I'm gonna close 80%. Stops break even now. Okay. That was the one that I'm keen on. Not sure if it'll get here, but I'm really keen on that one. So that's 80% closed. Stops at break even. And I think I might open my target to see if we get down to that area that I was wanting to see if we got down to yesterday. So, but it's just a little portion of the trade left now. 20%. 20% to see if I can open the target to get all the way down to my higher time frame zone that I was kind of hoping we'd get to yesterday. This area. That's if this candle can close like a heavy rejection candle, closing underneath this blue one. Then I think, yeah, you know what, we've probably got a lot more to go down. But I've also now keep an open mind that if we reject the low of this candle and we start flipping, and this 4-hour candle is now looking like a lower wick, and we're closing back above this bit, this is when those buys will come in play. That makes sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Well, finally had some Wednesday, Thursday was annoying. Friday. Oh, is this what's this actually? Oh, you're looking for this one.
Yeah, yes. If the 4 hour able to close bearish one, definitely we are going all the way to the downside.
Yeah. All right, YouTube. I think that was worth a like on the stream. The ones that refused to like it yesterday, don't blame you. It was boring. But today, it surely deserved one. Now, let's just have a look around. What's the others doing? Pound US. Yeah, I kind of wasn't ready for it, but this is the same thing. The same play is like here, just before the euro starts to open, we've got a little consolidation in late Asian. We've got a support, we've got resistances up here, we've got more supports down here, and importantly, we've got a wick that looks like a rejection, like it's a support candle with a rejection wick. We've got clean candles underneath it, so something closing underneath support makes a lot of sense to drop and retest the next support lower. And once we get some momentum coming in with the once we get some momentum, we can test lower supports, and that's precisely what we did. So price sort of ranges for the first little bit. Okay, first hour. Now we get Frankfurt open, comes in, get a bit more of a stronger candle, tests, breaks the low, closes that support. If you can get like a little wick up and then closing underneath the support now, then that's money. So a little wick up, close below support, opens the door to keep on pushing down. Just the volume, like the distance from here to here is like 5 pips. So it looks really good, but 5 pips is pretty tough to trade. So you'd want to look for it to go down to the next, and that was 12 pips, pretty nice, but very low, like small ranges. When we've got like big clear ranges of like plus 20, plus 30 pips, it's a bit nicer. Or we go to like low time frames. But I like the price action on pound US. Feel like German can keep on falling for now. But now it's just let it do its thing. You know, you've closed partials. It's risk free. The momentum is potentially there just to keep on driving it lower. And then if we do get a rejection instead, and it closes out this trade, but we're breaking above resistance, then we've done the liquidity grab from this range. And I think then it's got a good chance at least going and retesting this next resistance, and that's like a roughly 40 pips between this resistance and the next resistance. Once we're above that, yeah, who knows. Oh, thanks, SM. Appreciate it. Jutan missed my entry short by 2 points. Oh, bummer. Arnis got the best entry. You got it from there. Excellent. From that liquidity. Very nice. Cool. All right. Well, let's check gold. Let's check gold, and then how'd you go on yesterday, actually?
Took a buy, but price wasn't moving that much yesterday. I think the price came back multiple times to break even area for me. In this area, I took a buy.
Okay. It was a pretty crap day yesterday. I felt like gold. It was a nice move. I really liked the move above, like the close above this resistance. And go long up to the next, up to this one. Really liked that move. That's plus 100 pips from here to here. But other than that, apart from that one move, everything was pretty slow yesterday. I think it was because this is big piece of information here, this GDP and unemployment, and it broadly came in just in line of expectations. This is the worst when it because it was 1.3 before, and then they reduced it to 1.2. But when you have such a low number like 1.6, so the 1.6 is lower than the other quarters, so this is still lower than the previous quarters, showing the economy slowing, but it's higher than when they revised that consensus down. So it's right in the middle, and this is what I say, it's the worst to be right in the middle between previous forecast and then lower than the previous ones. It really sucks. If you had like a surprise like 2% up or lower than 1.2%, so let's say if it was lower than 1% or higher than 2%, we would have got some good moves yesterday. But coming in 1.3 is just, it just sucks. Hit TP full. Awesome, Rob. Nice. You've taken the full profit. Yeah, beautiful. This is make or break now. 30 pips. 30 pips. 40 pips. Sorry, 40 pips. From entry to the low. Can't complain. Oh, this is it. Entry, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah, close at break even because of that.
Yeah.
This one was a fast entry, you can say, after NYSE open.
Mm-hmm.
But it's worked out. I like a close around 50 area here. Remaining position. I closed partially here on 46 and then closing everything around 50 area.
Yeah, nice one. Cool. Oh, look at this rejection. Oh, yeah.
I'm in buys.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, I'd like to see it close above this resistance now. And then once we close the resistance, we've done the liquidity grab. And that opens the door for 40 pips the upside. Okay, Adelaide. Thanks for letting me know. Right, so I'm going to close the YouTube. Thankfully, we ended the week, ended the streams on a good note, because the last 2 days wasn't a great opening period for German 40. So, all right, guys, appreciate yourselves. Look after yourselves. Trade safe. Look after your account, and I'll see you guys next week. Okay? All right, YouTube. All right, see you later. Zoomer, stay on. I got something to show you.